Well, good afternoon. I'm Dr. Gregory Guyton. I'm the Chief of Foot and Ankle Orthopedic Surgery at Union Memorial Hospital. Our organization has the pleasure of caring for the Baltimore Ravens. After 2 artificial turf fields, each lasting only 7 years, the Ravens are back to grass. Why? One is player preference. They've seen their teammates become injured on turf. Ogden, Bowler, Bulware, Sanders, Webb, those are just the names that roll off the tongue. But there's also hard data. The best data on the rates of injury for artificial turf versus grass comes from the National Football League, which conducts very extensive surveillance of every game, multiple camera angles, has perfectly maintained fields, and tracks the shoe wear use of the players. Every team is followed, and injury reporting is mandatory, highly structured, in a unionized environment. There's a massive player safety effort underway, driven by the head injury concern, but we have the side benefit of attention to field surface. 2 peer-reviewed, high-quality studies from the NFL in the American Journal of Sports Medicine show a higher incidence of injury for turf versus grass for non-contact, that means cutting injuries, and that disparity increases the closer the body part is to the ground. In other words, foot and ankle, more than knee, more than going up. It's simple. Grass gives way. The forces required for the cleat to release are higher for turf, and the extra energy goes into the bones and joints. Now, the turf industry has aggressively funded studies that promote the opposite conclusion, claiming a lower injury rate for turf. Those studies don't have the extensive injury reporting infrastructure of the NFL, and most importantly, the cohorts were selected by the investigators. That means the industry-sponsored investigators chose their own teams. And player safety cultures differ by team, and that really affects injury reporting. If you don't think that's important, consider the possibility that was heat injury reported adequately at the University of Maryland prior to Jordan McNair's death 2 years ago. The NFL and the NCAA studies don't have that risk of bias. The groups of teams that they study, the whole leagues, were developed for athletic competition, not for the ad hoc purpose of demonstrating a turf injury study. Almost all of the industry-sponsored studies involve the involvement of a single investigator, a non-physician named Michael Myers, who has received over $1 million in funding from the turf industry. Nobody's here to outlaw artificial turf. We just want to see the funds from a program designed to preserve the environment be used for that purpose. I urge you to report this bill favorably based on those merits and not based upon unsubstantiated claims of player safety from the industry. Thanks.